What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my R&B review. This is your boy right here, Reg. Give me one second. Let me switch that on here. All right. The album I'm about to review tonight is Teena Marie's second studio album, Lady T. This album was released in 1980 under Gordy, which was under Motown Records. Singles album was known for was it only came out with two singles, Can It Be Love and Behind the Groove, which Behind the Groove was like the best known single, the biggest single, excuse me. Alright, so I done a review on Water Peaceful, I believe last week, if I'm not mistaken. Um, like I said, very good album. No, the week before, excuse me. Very good album and stuff like that. Um, the album's long out of print, so if y'all can find that album, good luck to you on that. So that same year, like I mentioned before, so a lot of people did not know that she was white until she appeared on an episode of Soul Train with Rick James and stuff like that. Very dope episode, by the way. Um, and so that was when that same year they started working on this album, and there was a difference. Rick James was not producing this album. Richard Rudolph would produce this album, and for those who don't know who Richard Rudolph is, he is the one that he is Minnie Riperton's widower slash producer and stuff like that. Um, because what had happened was I think Rick James was unavailable because you gotta remember this was like 1980, so I think he was going to the Caribbean, doing the Garden of Love album, underrated album too. I've done a review on that as well. So that's when Teena Marie asked Barry Gordy to hit up Richard Rudolph and shit like that. And so with that said, this album was released. Now, you see Tina's face right here and shit like that. Very beautiful lady. This is really one of my favorite album covers of all time. I don't know what it is about this album cover, but yeah. And you got that little back cover right there. Yeah, man. Lady T. Yeah. Lady T in the building. Oh, and by the way, this upcoming Sunday and stuff like that, I would definitely be doing a review on her third album, Irons in the Fire. I'm going to be doing that with Ashley and stuff like that. Shout out to Ashley, by the way. Yeah, so with that being said, so 9 songs. You guys know what I'm about to do. Track number 1, Behind the Groove. One of my all-time favorite Teena Marie songs of all time, man. Like, that song right there, like, it's playing in the background right now. It's just one of those songs that can get you moving. You can definitely hear, like, the stark difference between this song and the fucking Wild and Peaceful album. Like, this was a nice way to begin the album. It was, like, more funkier. You can hear the horns display and shit like that. Yeah, very dope. There's actually a Rick James version where I believe he mixed it as well. I kind of prefer that version, but it's all the same. But if you want like a more grittier version, I kind of prefer that version. Track number 2, Now That I Have You. Now, a little something I gotta say about this album. While I was aware that Richard Rudolph produced this album, I honestly, was listening to the album, and this is one of the songs that really caught my attention because if you listen to Now That I Have You, it has a Minnie Riperton sound, and it's very unmistakable. Because if you guys listen to Minnie Riperton, especially the Perfect Angel album, very dope album by the way. Just the harps and the strings and whatnot. And from what I looked up, Now That I Have You was originally for Minnie Riperton. Rest in peace to Minnie Riperton, by the way, because yeah, she had died a year before this album was released. So yeah, but yeah, Now That I Have You, very dope song and shit like that. Very nice ballad. Next track, Lonely Desire. Very dope song and shit. Basically it's just talking about how one's feeling lonely, one wants something new to spice up their life and shit like that. Love the synthesizers on that and the guitar. It just definitely gives it that edge and shit. Um, Next track, Aladdin's Lamp. My favorite song off this album, Aladdin's Lamp, man. Like that song right there is like another one of her kind of like complex R&B kind of songs and shit like that. Because with that song right there, one thing I've always loved is how the chorus changes the tempo and just the way she plays with her voice while the chorus, the tempo is changing and shit. Just the metaphorical and how it's using like Aladdin as like a metaphor for love. Like we were rich and we were poor, two children playing grown up games. The prince and the princess, you love me hard just like a rock. Um, and I now and then hook, I trade one day of wealth and fame for just one model airplane. Where's the love that you made me? Like very dope song. I love that song and shit. Very dope song. Track number 5, y'all, all the boogie I need. That song was okay. I gotta be in like the really right move for that song. It kind of sounds more like something you would definitely hear from Off the Wall, from Michael Jackson and shit like that. Just like the fast tempo and shit like that. But as I said before, you gotta remember 1980. This was like when disco was kind of waning down a little bit. Even though it's not like really disco-ish disco, it has like it's disco-esque, if that makes sense and shit. So track number 6, Can It Be Love? Can It Be Love? That's like a nice little quiet storm kind of song. I like it. Track number 7, Young Girl in Love. No, this is not the Young Love. This is not the Young Love song and shit like that. Which I thought at first and shit like that because I was like, oh wow. Because in Irons in the Fire, she has a song called Young Love, and then in this song you have like Young Girl in Love. So just so y'all won't be confused and shit. But with this one, it's like a lot more funky. It has like a nice little rhythm towards it and shit. Very dope song. Track number 8, Why Did I Fall in Love with You? That song right there was alright. It was alright. And track number 9, Too Many Colors, T's Interlude. That's a very interesting interlude as well. What I got from that, I believe like when she needs like too many colors, like talking about how one should be like colorblind and stuff like that. How one should not always just focus on race. And the thing that really saves this was the fact that she let her daughter, like Maya Rudolph, speak in the interlude and shit like that. And for those who don't know, she's an actress. Wait, hold up. Scratch that. Yeah, scratch. I made a slight mistake. It was not her daughter. It's her goddaughter. But it was actually Richard Rudolph's daughter, Maya Rudolph, who you guys should know. She's an actress. She was on Saturday Night Live and all that. Very dope lady and shit like that. Very dope. Yeah. And that's all the songs of this album. Like, with a lot of Tina Marie albums, they're relatively short. Very dope album, man. Very dope album. Um, with this album, definitely, this is where she found her sound with this album. Well, I won't be too quick to say that because I'll explain more with Irons in the Fire later. But she definitely was finding her rhythm and shit because while Wild and Peaceful, that was a good album and I love that album, I felt like, some of the, I don't know if it was just me, but I just felt like it was mostly Rick's vision and shit like that. Whereas with her, with the Lady T and the Irons in the Fire, she kind of saw her more express herself vocally and shit like that. Yeah, man, this is a very dope album. Very dope album. Like one can say that this is her breakthrough album and shit because this was really the album that really put her on the stage and shit like that. She was on Soul Train. I believe she appeared on Bandstand at that same time too. So she was really making moves around that time. So that's 1980s Lady T. This album it's still in print. The last remastered reissue was in 2011. So I see this album in stores around here and shit like that. So and it's not really that expensive too. So if y'all can find this album, must have in your collection. If you love that late 70s, early 80s R&B, soul, whatever, funk, this is the album for you. This is Teena Marie, Lady T, 1980. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to do Irons in the Fire this upcoming Sunday. I believe I set the time for about 10:30, but depending on when I get back from work until like that. Oh, and one more thing too. I was originally going to do a live review on Use Your Illusion, Guns N' Roses today. Well, originally I just kept pushing it back this week. I do apologize for two reasons. I just been so busy with like school and work, and this is like the end of the semester, so I'm really gotta like buckle down and shit. And two, I'm kind of want to take my time with those albums because it's a double disc album, and I really want to get that review right. Though I really want to get it right, so it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. I haven't done it yet. But if push comes to shove, I might either do it either Saturday or Tuesday. If push comes to shove, but I'm hoping for a Saturday. If I just sit down, rewrite some notes and stuff like that, I'll be good. But as usual, this is your boy Reg. Shout out to the Speaker Cloud podcast. Shout out to everybody. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.